I call the member for Macquarie.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Here's a real-life story. Scott works in theatre and lives in my electorate. He was due to start a 3.5-year full-time contract in May on the stage production Frozen. He's not eligible for JobKeeper because he's a casual with less than 12 months' experience, and his future contract is not taken into account. Why has the government left Scott and 600,000 other Australians behind?
The Treasurer.
Well, Mr Speaker, we're absolutely taking Scott into account with a doubling of the effective New Start and the $550 job seeker coronavirus supplement, Mr Speaker, at $1,100. This is effectively a doubling of that safety net that was previously in place. Now, Mr Speaker, as the honourable member will know, some 6 million Australians are now covered by the businesses that are formally enrolled for the JobKeeper payment, together with the 1.6 million that are on the job seeker payment. So we're talking over half the Australian workforce. But I could also let the honourable member know, through the PM's work, through the National Cabinet, the work of the Premiers and the Chief Ministers, they've set out a 3-stage framework for lifting the restrictions. Now, Treasury have forecast that the benefit to the economy and to jobs from lifting those restrictions, based on the health advice, will be some 850,000 jobs and $9.4 billion to the economy. Now, in relation to those who work in the arts and the recreation sector, if those 3 stages are followed through, 76,000 jobs will be created, or people will get back to work in that particular sector. When you look at opening pubs, cafes, entertainment venues and other venues, you're looking at a $2.4 billion dividend to the Australian economy. So, Mr Speaker, we know that we needed to put in place temporary, targeted, proportionate measures in response to the biggest economic shock that Australia has ever seen. At $320 billion, or 16.4% of GDP, this is a very substantial commitment, as is required at this very difficult time. But there are stories right across this country, some that I've repeated in this House today and yesterday, where our JobKeeper program and our JobSeeker program are saving lives and lives.